Welcome, Attica Raceway Park fans, to the second episode of Beyond the Track. I'm Ryan Missler, and I drive dirt late models at Attica Raceway Park. And welcome. Stephanie says to fire your questions away. We'll do some Q&A here. But I started racing at Attica 2004, I believe, in the limited late model class. And it eventually grew into the late model division, and we won a couple track championships there. So this is our race shop in Bellevue, Ohio. Our racing partner Jerry Huff actually owns the shop here, and so I'm looking forward to questions. And Stephanie said that I should talk about how I got into racing. When I was 16, my parents bought me a go-kart for a Christmas present, and that's how I got started racing. Raced go-karts for a couple of years, and then, like I said, we got into the limited late model division. It's actually a funny story. Mike Martini used to run, what's that?
Speak up just a little bit.
Mike Martini used to run limited late models at Attica, and he had blown his motor up, and I had been looking or inquiring about a race car, and he came to our shop one day and said, "Hey, I know there's a race car for sale, turnkey." He said, "If we go together on it, I'll use the motor to finish out the year, and you can have the car and put it together in the winter." So that's how
you got into it. That's pretty cool. Somebody is asking if you're going to be running Eldora this Saturday.
That's highly likely.
Ooh.
That we'll be at Eldora
cool.
this Saturday. It's about 95% sure.
Okay. And Dylan is wishing you good luck this season.
Hey, thanks. Thanks, Dylan. Appreciate that.
So when did you get into the late model?
The Super?
The Super, yes.
Oh, the limited late models were at Attica, and then they transitioned into Super late models. I think the first year was 2009.
Okay.
Yeah. And we won the track championship that year.
Okay. Your wife just tuned in, so you better give her a hello.
Hi, honey.
Hey, thanks for the cookies, Amber. All right, so tell maybe the fans a little bit. Maybe you can show them your car.
Sure.
Maybe some things about it they may want to know, or even the inner circle, if you'd like to start with telling the fans about the inner circle.
Well, in the inner circle, if you become a team member of our team 50Y Inner Circle, you'll get your name put on the race car, and you'll get all types of goodies. And I got a bag of goodies over here.
We have somebody watching from Australia.
Wow. So if you join the Team 50Y Inner Circle, you'll get a goodie bag full of stuff, your name on the car, and the stuff includes can koozies, a wall cling of the race car.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's very cool. Nice.
There's a stainless steel insulated mug with the 50Y
That would have
logo.
been nice Friday night with coffee, right?
That's right, it was chilly. That's in this box here. So it's a insulated mug.
That is very nice. That's a very nice cup.
Yeah, pretty good quality. Then you can put a can of pop or beer in
Sure.
here, and then thread on the lid, and
Okay.
it'll keep it cool too.
Even better. Hey, you're welcome, Michael. I'm glad that you're enjoying the videos.
Stocking cap.
Yes, we saw lots of those on Friday also.
Yeah, it
yes.
was prime weather for
Right,
them.
right. So if fans wanted to be able to join this and get their name on your car, how would they go about contacting you?
Well, one thing they can do is send me a message on Facebook or any social media that you follow me on. If you don't follow me, just type in the comments below here that you're interested in the inner circle. Just type interested.
Okay.
And I'll follow up with you with a message about the details.
Okay. All right. Do you work a full-time job besides driving and working on a car?
I do. I'm a tool and die maker. Me and my father own a machine shop in Bellevue.
Nice. And Suzette says she can't wait to get her stuff, so she must have joined in.
Yep.
All right.
Most people have been picking it up at the track, but we just got the stuff in. Oh, and the last thing that you'll get is a T-shirt as well. Those aren't in yet.
Okay.
But so there's what I did was I put stuff together that I would myself would want, plus it's valued at over $100, and what the inner circle costs is $99.
Okay. Wow. That's nice. Okay, here we go. Jeff wants to know, how did you get the 50Y number?
Okay, so the 50, my Uncle Jim Missler raced at Fremont in the hobby stocks back in the 60s. And he won, I think he's on the leaderboard with 8 wins over there, and he was the number 50.
Oh, okay.
So that's how that come about, and he's still active in our racing. He comes to the track and everything. And the Y is York Fabrication, which that's what Jerry owns.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that either, so I'm learning right along with the fans. Very cool. Do you ever plan on running Wayne County?
We've been there before. It's a different tire rule. So we usually go on Saturday nights. We usually go to Oakshade, but it's just a different tire rule than what we have run. We'd have to get different tires, but that's not a big deal. If the occasion arises, yeah, we'll go to Wayne County. It's not far from here at all.
Okay. And something else that you do that's very cool is your videos that you post after each night of racing, like an update thing. Can you tell the fans about that?
Sure, we do. That's another funny story how it got started. I race little HO slot cars in the wintertime at my buddy's house, and his son is in high school. His name's Christian, and he would always race with us too. And I joked with him. I said, Christian, would you be up for an internship? And he said, isn't that where you don't get paid?
Oh, no.
And I said, yeah. He's like, no, I don't want to do it. But I said, no, hear me out. You'll follow the race car around and make some videos. And he said, okay, sure. So that's how that got started. And what we do is we have the video camera at the racetrack and sometimes here in the shop. And he'll take the footage that we take from the races, and we film the races too, of course. And he'll put it all together in the little recap video, and those usually come out on Sunday, sometime on Sunday. And it's just a fun thing. It makes things fun, and some people don't like being on camera, but other people do.
Sure.
It's just it's a good time.
And if the fans that are watching this, if you have not seen the videos, take the time to watch, because it is pretty cool to see behind the scenes and what a team does on any given night at the track. There's a lot of work that goes into, through the week on the race, on the race car, but there's also at the track too. It takes a lot of work. Dylan, are you going to Fremont this year?
Yeah, they have one race scheduled for us. It's the American Ethanol Series Tour. That's May 12th. We'll be there.
Okay, and those guys have been coming to Attica the past couple of weeks, so you've been able to run with them a little bit. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Somebody must have missed, but can you explain again how you got into racing?
Racing in general. Way back, I was a sprint car fan, going to Attica with my dad every weekend, and I just wanted to go. Him and my older brother would go, and I was too little to go at that. He told me I was too little to go, but so I would go to the races every week, and eventually we got a racing go-kart, and that's how I started. I started racing those when I was 16.
And Tyler Street Racing has tuned in, and they want to know, have you ever thought about running a sprint car?
I've thought about it, but I'm not too comfortable sitting in the cockpit.
Really?
But I've driven, I've hot lapped, I guess it would be called a micro sprint.
Okay.
On a little, like 8th mile track.
Okay. What was it that was uncomfortable?
It felt like I was crammed
Oh,
in
yeah.
there. But
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe it wasn't fit for me or something. But
Right. And David wants to know if you're going to Mansfield for the big race down there.
the Dirt Million, we don't know yet.
Okay. So,
We'll see how the season goes up until that point.
Okay. All right. So keep the questions coming until we have some more questions. Maybe you can show us something on the car. And
Yeah, Stephanie was fascinated that the cars actually come apart.
well, who knew? I didn't realize you took them apart to wash them. I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, so, well, the reason that we don't normally take that quarter panel off
Okay.
right there, but it was bent up. So we naturally took it off before we washed it.
Okay.
But these are our fenders, and they just, this is just a fancy bolt, machine bolt. And there's a whole bunch of them in there, but it just pulls right off like that so we can get into the engine compartment.
Okay, now let's talk some money here. I mean, what if somebody wanted to get into racing and run a late model? What would it take? Like, how much does an engine cost, or how much does a frame cost?
A
or-
brand new engine can run. This is Jerry.
Don't scare them away. Because there's a lot of very good used engines out
Okay.
there.
Well,
That's
yeah, and
for
that's
sure.
probably with no. It doesn't matter what division. That rings true.
Sure. A new engine can cost anywhere from probably $25,000 to $45,000.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's that expensive. But we've bought used engines.
For $8,000-9,000 up to, you can buy an engine capable of winning probably for $12,000, $13,000, $14,000. It's probably the same thing that the 410 guys go through.
Sure. Somebody's asking, what chassis are you running?
This is a rocket chassis.
Okay. And how many hours do you spend on the race car each week? Not at the track, just in the shop. That's a great question.
If things aren't going good, probably you could spend 30 or 40 hours at the race shop. And that's on
two
top.
people each.
Yeah.
That's
Couple
not
people.
at the racetrack. That's just
Yeah, but
Okay.
if things go well and you don't have to troubleshoot problems and you don't have to beat out sheet metal or fix bent up stuff, you could probably get away with 10 or 15 hours here,
Okay.
probably.
Hey, Amber wants to know, did Jerry prepare a song to sing tonight? Did you prepare a song to sing? Is there a story behind that?
A song.
A song to sing?
Prepare a song
Prepare a song?
Yeah.
to sing.
I'm not going there.
Not going there.
Okay.
It's too impromptu. He's got to have time
I
to
gotta be in
practice.
the mood.
Oh, there's a mood for that. Okay.
The birds aren't singing today.
No, it's kind of dreary out right now. What is your favorite racetrack?
Favorite racetrack?
And
Well-
it's okay. You don't have to say Attica.
Well, I'll put it this way: any track that is smooth.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
He really likes Fremont.
You really likes Fremont?
He does. He does
Yeah.
very good at Fremont anytime, regardless of the track conditions there.
Yeah, I think we've won 4 races at Fremont, and
Okay.
we've probably been there 10 or 11 times.
It was really nice Saturday afternoon we were there.
Yeah, it's really close. It's even probably just as close as Attica is to our
Sure.
home base.
Sure. So what else can we tell the fans about the car? I mean, we've talked sprint cars quite a bit with them, but what can we tell them?
Well, you can sink as much money into them as you have.
Sure.
Tires are a big deal. This past Friday at Attica, we had a 20-lap span where there was a green flag run, and we had soft tires on, and it pretty much wore them out to where we can't use them again.
Okay.
So-
How many races do you normally get out of a tire?
Well, we usually put a new right rear tire on, and a right front and a left rear, 2 or 3 races probably,
Okay.
depending. But the tires are about $175 a piece,
Okay.
so they're equivalent to. I think sprint tires are probably a little more for the right rear, but Yeah, there's.
Okay.
We run different than sprint cars. We run 114 octane gas for fuel,
Okay.
and that's
Like, how much does that normally run?
it was $9.14 a gallon.
Ooh, okay, let's do a little math. And how much do you normally use during a race?
About 10 gallons a night.
Really?
On the high side.
Yeah,
Probably.
8 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Any plans for joining a touring series full time?
No.
No, that's kind of hard to do with family and working and.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's grueling, and I used to think that, but then I see a lot of teams on the road, and they look like they're enjoying at the track, but there's no sleep, and they look kind of miserable a lot of times.
Right. Yeah. It does take the fun out. It can.
I like going home at night.
Right, sleeping in your own bed.
Yes,
Something nice
yes,
about that.
yes.
Yeah. What are you most looking forward to at Eldora, being the first time there?
Just going around the track and probably the speed.
Oh, okay. So when you were talking about fuel, we've had people ask, how do you put fuel in this thing?
Well, there's a little trap door here, and if I had a screwdriver,
Oh, that's okay. But
you
it
could
just
just
comes
open
out.
that up,
Okay.
and then there's just a cap like this right here,
Okay.
just like that. This is actually the rear end where we put the rear end fluid in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that has a tube connected down to the center section of the rear end.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah,
And-
the fuel cell's a 26 gallon?
That's probably a 28.
28 gallon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can show the fans like the cockpit and how
Sure.
little room there really is. Like what kind of seat? I mean, I see that it's an
Yeah,
ultra
enough
shade,
light.
but I mean, is your padding? Yeah, there's enough light. That should be good. Do you normally run any padding in there, or?
Yeah, we took the padding out to wash
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But yeah, and there's our shifter linkages down there are black. I don't know if you guys can see them.
Okay. Yeah.
And our switches and gauges, and we're real. Our legs are real spread out in there. Our pedals are almost down to the end of the cockpit,
Okay.
like you're sitting in a farm truck.
So it's comfortable.
Right.
Right. All right. So, given the chance, somebody watching this, they want to get on board and maybe help Ryan Missler. What kind of ways are there to sponsor you?
Anyway, I mean, financially, product-wise,
Maybe buying a new tire. You said you went through one this weekend, and
right. Sure. Any way. There's tires. There's always fuel. There's gas to get to the track. And it's not just a handout, because with our partners on the race car, we try to give back, and it's a partnership. It's a two-way street. It's not just a
Sure.
one-way street.
Sure.
We give them exposure through our videos. That was one thing we wanted to stand out to above the rest, to just put their name out there
that it's
further.
not just on the car.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not just on the car. It's not just on the trailer
Sure.
and a suit or whatever. It's out there on social media. It's out there on YouTube, and the fans. There's a lot of eyeballs on the videos every week. So that's how we look at it.
And it really is easy for fans sitting in the stands, if you'd ever want to become a partner on any race car, whether it be Ryan's and whoever. It doesn't take thousands of dollars to help a team out. Even buying a pit pass for a team or whatever it might be. I mean, that is just, it adds up, and that's huge. Like I said, there's many ways that somebody can help a team out if they wanted to.
Sure.
Contact your favorite driver and see what you can do. And like Ryan said, you can contact him on his social media pages, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yep,
Yep.
I'm on Instagram too.
Okay.
Yep. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes.
That's where we upload our videos every Sunday.
And what is your biggest win so far, or your proudest moment in racing?
The 5 championships at Attica. That's pretty cool. And we won an ALMS race at Fremont.
Oh.
And that's probably the best one to say, because we didn't have a big fancy motor in for that night.
It makes it that much sweeter.
Yeah,
Yes.
we had broke our good motor, and we put an old steel engine in there, and it was probably 200 horsepower down, and we led every lap.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, it takes a lot of people to help you, whether it be in the shop or at the racetrack. Can you tell the fans who help you? And
Sure, yeah. Of course, my wife and my kids for their support, and I'm away from them a lot more than I would want to be. But being nice, it's nice being close to home. You know, it's only about 5 minutes away. Our race shop is from our house. Posiflow by Slucka is a new sponsor this year, so we're grateful for them. SCS Gearbox, Terry McConnell Excavating, King Industrial Supply, AccuForce. My wife talked me into putting Missler Sweet sticker on the car this year.
Ooh,
So
yes.
she makes baked goods, and she brings them to the track every week.
yes, contact her because they really are delicious.
Yeah. And pre-order.
Yeah.
Pre-order.
Okay. And that can be found on Facebook. She has a page.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Missler
Yep.
Sweets on Facebook.
Yep.
Wilson's Barbershop. Turnkey Blog Team. Of course, Jerry. Couldn't do it without Jerry.
Jerry's still hard at work over there.
Oh yeah. And Kaiser Wheels.
Okay. We have another question.
Yeah.
Who would you say is your biggest rival?
Biggest rival.
That's interesting.
We pit beside Devin Shields,
Okay.
and he told me tonight not to screw up on this
Oh.
video.
No pressure.
So I don't think I've screwed up,
No, I don't think so.
but I like finishing in front of him.
I hope he
That
heard
way I
that,
can-
right?
Razzing.
And who do you look forward to racing against each year?
Everybody that I get along with,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody that we have, I shouldn't say that, everybody that we have a good relationship with. I look
Okay.
forward to getting back to the track, you know, and seeing the guys that we haven't seen and the teams that we haven't seen all winter. So I look forward to racing with our buddies.
And a lot of fans may not know too. I mean, a lot of the teams are friends, you know, away from the track. And how is that racing with a friend? I mean, when you put your helmet on and you get out on the track, does that change the way you race somebody?
I try to race everybody clean. I try to race the way that I would want to be raced. But race, once you put on your helmet, this is cliche, everybody says this, but it's true. You're out there to do what you've prepared for all week.
Not to be friends.
and,
Not
and
worried
to
about
win,
that.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
A winning or being friends with somebody is a byproduct of what we go there to do, and yeah, I'm competitive. I want to win, and I would. Now, if we had an altercation with somebody, and maybe there was a favor to return, then we might not be as clean. But you know.
Wait, what? Right. Okay, so what is the biggest track that you've raced at, and what's the smallest track that you've raced at?
Okay, I've raced. The biggest track was Millstream over in Findlay. We raced there a couple times. And the smallest track is probably Waynesfield. We raced there several years ago when they had a
That's a
late model
fun
race.
place.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
For how small it is, it's wide enough that
Right.
late models can even race.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, there's no questions right now, so platform is yours. What would you like to tell the fans, or maybe we can wrap this up if you. I know you need to get to work on the car, keeping you from your work, which keeps you from your family, and we don't want to keep you too
No,
long.
that's
so.
okay. What else? I appreciate all you fans. I really do. And it's cool what Stephanie's doing and what Attica's doing. and it's clearly showing that the stands have been pretty full these first 2 weeks at Attica. So I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate you tuning in to this Facebook Live, because you could be doing lots of other things tonight, and
they wanted to see you.
happy that you chose to tune in.
Yeah. Oh, we have one more question real quick. As far as food, okay, that's important. So, do you have someone that prepares food for you while at the track?
My
or
wife.
do you just eat what the track offers?
My wife usually prepares, like way back in the day, she would bring me cereal. I like cereal, but lately she'll do like a chef salad in a Tupperware. I'm a salad eater.
Okay.
I try not to eat the track food, but I'm not. The track food's good.
Right.
I had a roast
I think
beef.
I've read that you're pretty healthy. You try to stick to healthy eating as much
I
as
try.
possible.
Jerry's a bad influence.
Jerry's still over there hard oblivious.
I'm just kidding. You guys might find this hard to believe, but I'll take canned sardines to the track too and eat those.
For real?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Rod Stanley he says, have your wife make cookies and bring them to Oakshade.
Okay.
So
She does that a lot.
Yeah.
She gets a lot of orders from up at Oakshade.
there you go. And David says, best of luck this season, and
Thank
be
you.
safe, and great looking car also.
Thank you.
So, yes, I know, Ray. I wish we were racing too, but we'll be back. We'll be back May 4th. So, all right. Well, thank you for opening your shop to us and the fans, and
You're welcome.
learn a little bit. I'm learning right along with everybody else. So I've had a lot of fun with this. So thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you. See everybody later.